Hello and welcome to my channel, Making It Fabulous by Colleen. On this channel, you'll find inspiring, yes, you can do it, tips from makeup and skincare, as well as related content for anyone who wants to look and feel their best. Now, I'm not a makeup expert, but rather a makeup enthusiast. And in this video, I'm going to be getting ready for a date night with my husband. I hope that you enjoy the video, and if you do, please subscribe to my channel, like the video, and maybe put a comment. I will have all the products I'm using listed in the description box. And here is a look at what I will be creating today. If you'd like to learn how to achieve this look, please keep watching video. And I put on the e.l.f. Liquid Glow filter. And if you haven't tried this, it's really a beautiful product. You can see that it gives sort of a glow within kind of look. And it works really nice under most foundations that I've tried it with. And it's pretty inexpensive, especially compared to the Charlotte Tilbury. So when I did my eyes, I primed them with the e.l.f. eye primer, and I like to use this one. It really does give a nice canvas for the eyes. Again, pretty inexpensive. And then going over it with a little bit of powder just to set that down to further provide a canvas for my eyeshadow. I am looking forward to going out tonight. I've got my favorite color on, purple. So that just will give it a nice, and I am using today the BK Beauty brushes. So throughout my look today, I'll be using these. So I'll have them all linked below, but just so you know, all of the brushes today will be BK Beauty. And I love these brushes. They are so nice. I got them a couple weeks ago, another Christmas present to myself. And they just blend so beautifully and they're awesome. So that's that. I'm then gonna go in with the Lancome Reflect eyeshadow. And this, again in purple, this is a really pretty eyeshadow. It's nothing that's terribly new out on the market, but I'm gonna make my look fairly simple today. I'm gonna go in with the BK Beauty 205, and I'm gonna go into this lightest shade here, tap it off, and I'm gonna put that all over the lid. You can see that it doesn't really provide a ton of payoff, but that's okay. I just wanna put a nice layer on there. You can see that this brush has a little bit of a angle, and it's really nice for getting into the lid space very nicely. Okay, I'm not gonna go too crazy today. Purple sometimes can be a little on the crazy side. I'm gonna go into this next shade in here. These are all shimmer shades. It's really a pretty palette, very easy, simple look. I'm gonna put that in my transition. Again, not gonna go too crazy for date night, but I do wanna look pretty. And purple happens to be my favorite color, even with eyeshadow. I love purple. I also love browns on my eyes. So it's just a nice transition shade. Again, I'm gonna go up a little bit, higher than I might normally, or maybe I did 10 years ago. That really helps with hooded eyes. So you can see when I'm looking straight, that you can still see some of that shadow. Okay, and now I'm gonna go in with the second to darkest shade in here, and I'm gonna go in with the BK Beauty 204 brush. And this is a really beautiful brush. I love it so much. It really is a great smudger brush. And just putting that on the outer V, so you can see I'm just kind of making a little V there, kind of pushing it up towards that brow bone. And I haven't used this palette in a little bit, so I'm hoping that it's going to perform exactly the way I want it to. That's pretty. You can see that. I'm gonna go in on the other side. It's a little bit patchy, but not too bad. Nothing I can't work with. And again, just gonna kind of bring it up on that brow bone. And I'm going in, but not all the way over. So you can see. And look straight in the mirror to make sure that both sides are even and that I have about the same amount of color deposited on each lid. This side is definitely a little darker. Okay, I like that. And then I think I'm gonna go back into this one and see if I can do it with my fingers. And no, it's really not providing that much color. That's a little better. I'm kind of mixing the two together and then just putting that in on the inner part of my lid. Typically, I put my primer on and then I go into my eyes, and I do that in case there's any fallout so that I don't have to either redo my foundation because my cheeks got all messed up or what have you. So I am currently in Fort Myers, Florida, and as you know, in late September, we had a hurricane here in Fort Myers, and my husband, my mom, and I went. It's about 4 miles we are away from the beach, and what crazy destruction! It's just heartbreaking to see all that's happening on that beach. And you know, here we are almost 4 months later, and these people are still dealing with so much. So please keep them in your prayers. I'm just gonna blend this all together. I'll post a couple of pictures from the beach. It was so sad to see that there's still such destruction. I mean, it's really, honestly, it's a little on the crazy side. I'm gonna go in and kind of bring up that eyeshadow, make sure I don't have any harsh lines, and to make sure that there's no fallout on the sides. Okay, that's pretty good. I still feel like I need to blend. Next, I'm gonna go in with the NYX Professional eyeliner in black. And usually I would put a purple liner on, but that might be a little too much purple. And with black, I'd like to go as close to that lash line as I possibly can. And then I'm going to go back with that smudger brush and just smudge that all along that line. So you can see. And then I'm going to just flick it up a little. Okay, I'm liking that a lot. Let me do the other eye. I've been coming to Fort Myers Beach since I was a young girl with my parents. And now my husband and I have a condo here, which is right next to my mom. And so we love to come down here. When I was younger, we stayed on the beach. And so, like I said, it was really heartbreaking to see all of the destruction, and just in some places we weren't even sure what we were looking at because the buildings, the places that we went for so long were just totaled. So it was scary. Okay, I'm now going in with the NARS Light Reflecting. I want to tell you a little bit about this foundation. My skin is, it's pretty normal right now. It's usually normal to dry, but because we are down in Florida, it definitely seems to be behaving better. And this foundation works so well on my skin. And so today I wanted to make sure I was using something that I didn't have to mess with too much, and that I knew it was gonna look good. I just wanna, again, these brushes along with the NARS, you just can't go wrong. I mean, these brushes, they just blend out so beautifully. The bronzer, everything. And you can still see that e.l.f. Halo Glow, it definitely is still shining through. In another video, I will try just the NARS by itself without the Halo Glow. But since I'm down in Florida, it's nice to have a little glow, right? Okay. Have you guys ever been to Fort Myers? Have you ever been on the beach? Oh, it's such a nice area. It's going to be interesting to see how long it will take before we get back to some kind of normalcy down here. It's just, oof. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with the NARS concealer. And my concealer, I'm just going to do a couple little dots. A little bit goes a long way. And I did get a few new brushes that haven't gotten here yet, and one of them is BK Beauty concealer. Ooh, I can't wait to get that. But oftentimes I will just melt this in with the heat of my fingers. I like to do that, and then I'll go in with a brush and just smooth it all out. And go in with my slightly dampened beauty blender. Make sure that there's no harsh lines, any creasing happening underneath my eyes. And anything left on my fingers, put it up here. So that looks pretty good. Again, just melt everything together. Okay, looking good, looking good. I'm now gonna go back in with that Charlotte Tilbury airbrush flawless filter, and this is in Fair. I have it in the trial size or the travel size. I oftentimes buy a travel size of just about everything or anything just to make sure I'm gonna like it. And if I like it, I'll go back and buy it. But because I try so many different products, I find that this is the best way for me to do it because I don't spend too much money on the full size of the product, especially if I'm not gonna like it. Just gonna stipple that in, that powder. And I'm gonna use the same powder under my eyes as I do on the rest of my face today. Usually I'll do a separate powder, but it's not necessary today. Okay, going back with that sponge again. Have you guys tried the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish? It's such a popular product. It's a good one. Okay, now I'm gonna go back to that palette, and I am going to take that smudger brush that I used on my top lid, and I am going to go underneath my eyes with the darkest purple, and I'm just gonna hug it as tight as possible, and I'm gonna go all the way across. And then I'm gonna smoke it out. I'm gonna go and meet the top. So I go down here and then I meet the top so that there's no harsh lines between. We'll go and do this side. Again, bringing it up and meeting those two together. Okay, I'm liking that. That's it. That's all I'm gonna do. I am gonna go back in and just blend it to make sure again that there's no harsh lines. There, that's good. Okay, now it's time for mascara. Tower 28. How many of you have you tried this Tower 28? It's a tubing mascara, which means that it just puts little tubes around your lashes, and it makes it very easy to remove this, and it makes it pretty water resistant. This is a brand new tube for me, and usually it's very wet when I first use it, and I put the it has a nice curve to it. Can you see that? So I usually just take it and sway it back and forth. Most of the time when I use mascara, I will take the wand and twirl it and shut my eyes. Twirl it and shut my eyes. That's how I get the most amount of mascara deposited. Yeah, this is really a wet, a little bit of a wet formula, but you can see it really does a lot to lengthen my lashes. I'll go in on the other side. So my husband and I were going out for dinner tonight, and one of our favorite places to go was a place called Charlie's Boathouse on Fort Myers Beach. When I was younger, my family always went there on the first night when we got to Fort Myers, and it was completely demolished. I mean, it's no longer, and I don't know whether they'll open it back up again. Fort Myers Beach will never be the same. You know, what was so charming about it was that it still had a lot of nostalgia. It still had a lot of the old houses, and, you know, it was just the way it was in the 70s, or, you know, it's not real commercialized like some other beaches, like maybe Miami or some other ones. So it's definitely going to lose some of its charm because it's going to be rebuilt, and I'm sure it's not going to be the way it was. Even the church that we go to, all the churches that I saw, there's quite a few of them on Fort Myers Beach, and they're all just gutted. I mean, it's crazy. Okay, I'm gonna take my comb and go through my eyes are done, nothing too crazy. What's your favorite restaurant in Fort Myers? Anybody have a favorite that they like to go to? We're not exactly sure where we're going tonight. We have a couple of favorites that are not on the beach. We like to go to Courtney's. We really like to go to the Lighthouse, but I don't think that's in existence right now either, because Sanibel is very close to us as well. And just, okay, I'm gonna go in with L'Oreal Infallible bronzer, and this is in, I think it's in medium. I can't see, I'll list it. So again, I'm gonna go in, tap that off, go right from the middle of my ear. This blends so easily, and I just kind of take and stipple it. And this just blends like a dream. Okay, gonna do the same thing on the other side. I mean, it's like effortless. You don't have to do too much. So there you go, that's it. That's all I'm gonna do with that. And then I'm gonna take this brush, it might be a little big for this, but I'm gonna squeeze it together, and I'm going to provide a little bronzing, a little sculpting on my nose. I have kind of a weird shaped nose, so I'm gonna do that. Put some on my forehead, a little more glow, and even a little underneath my chin. This kind of lifts everything, provides a nice little sculpt, and then I'm going to pull it down my neck. Go in with the Patrick Ta, and this is powder and cream blush. Today I'm going to first start with the cream, and I'm gonna use my sponge, I think. You can see I'm just gonna put a little bit on, and I'm gonna go on the the apples of my cheeks, and I'm gonna put it on both sides, about the same amount, and then I'm gonna blend it up. Kind of try to melt each of those things, each of those products together. Usually I like to go in with a cream blush if I'm using cream bronzer, but did a little different today, and that's okay. And then I like to just bring it so that everything kind of meets. That looks good, doesn't it? I like it. I think I'm gonna forego a highlighter today because I have that e.l.f. Halo Glow on. I think that I have enough glow going on. Again, I don't wanna overdo it. When you're in Florida, you tend to not wear as much makeup. Everything is easy breezy, beautiful down here, so you don't need as much going on. Okay, so just let me assess the situation here. Looking pretty good, I think. I am going going to put some eyebrow gel in, not too much. This is the Thrive Cosmetics eyebrow gel. I am pretty lucky with my eyebrows. I have pretty bushy eyebrows, and so I really don't need a lot, just to cover up some of the patches that I have. There you go. That's it. That's all I'm gonna do. I don't have my little spoolie here. I'm just gonna use the back of this, and I'm just gonna make sure that it's not too dark. Certainly don't want anything too crazy. Okay, I think we're looking pretty good. I am going to finish it off with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. And I just like to close my eyes and let it do its job. What's your favorite setting spray? What do you like to use? Okay. That is going to be it. I'm going to put a little bit of lipstick on, and this is Buxom in Badass. Not even going to use a lip liner today. That's a pretty color. So pretty. Looks nice with all my purple. I'm loving it. Okay. Very good. So the stars of the show today, it's always that e.l.f. Halo Glow. I really enjoy using that and putting it under my foundation. I think that it does give really just a nice overall beautiful glow. Always my NARS foundation. It's one of my favorites. It's blends so nicely and I love it. Another highlight, I think, is the L'Oreal bronzer. This, as I said, it blends in so beautifully and you really can't screw this up. I mean, it's definitely a really inexpensive powder and it's awesome. I'm not sold on this Lancome eyeshadow palette. I didn't love it and it's just a little bit patchy for me. I don't know. Like I said, it's not bad. I just don't know if it's good. So there's that. And then of course the Tower 28. When you first open the tube, it's definitely a little wet. So you have to kind of play with it, but you can see it definitely does a nice job lengthening. So that's good. And also the BK Beauty brushes. You really can't go wrong with these. They're just wonderful. So looking forward to using these even more and creating another look with them. So is there any products that you can think of that you'd like me to try? Leave a comment below and let me know what you might like to see me try. I do have a couple upcoming videos to film. My husband and I are going on a cruise, so I'm going to be filming a get ready with me, things that I'm going to be taking on my trip, packing my cosmetic bag, as well as some things that a well-experienced traveler might take in their suitcase. So looking forward to that. And again, thank you so much for watching today. I really appreciate it. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and certainly comment down below. I will have all of the products that I've tested today linked below for you, and look forward to seeing you in my next video.